Dr. Tippett's electric pectobrain. Patent medicine of the future. This is a patent medicine. A quick fix at an expensive price that drags the patient slowly into death. Is this familiar to you?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
Привіт-таки, Ірчик, привіт, Віка. Ні, я з мікрофоном. Просто не подивився. Це Шерлок Холмс. Так, де вони заховали ту тележку?
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
Ця? Ні.
Help me, please. I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else. Do you know anything about this? I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Ну, Сашка там на останніх катках загнобили сурви. Так, нормальненько. Де та тележка? Візок цієї особи можна вистежити. Ось сліди. Тут була бутилочка.
May I ask for your assistance? I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Так, подивимося. Ага. Тепер це прикріплене.
Are you able to help me?
I think I can help you.
У нетрях. Добре.
Help me, please. I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else. Help me, please. I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else. May I ask you something?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
The coughing won't go away and the doctor is too pricey.
Ага.
Where are we? A field hospital?
Ось і знайшли. Фосфор. Спалився хлопчина.
Good evening, sir. Are you the gentleman who sells that intriguing pecto-brain beverage?
Привіт,
Good
Коля.
evening, gentlemen. I'm Dr. Thomas Tippett, and yes, its proud inventor and purveyor.
Are you a doctor? You seem remarkably young.
I'm self-educated. I help people in need around these parts with my medicine.
Helping, as in bringing to the grave?
That is unfair, sir. The virtues of my invention are to calm the nerves, to stop coughing due to the endless smog, and to help children to sleep.
Has your beverage been tested by your peers or any medical authority? I am a doctor. And it appears
Sherlock
that you are
Holmes гра.
playing with people's
Все добре,
lives
як в
when
тебе?
you place their trust in you to ease their pain.
People need help, and drugs are expensive. My formula helps, and it's inexpensive. The product is dispensed from here only, so dose and usage are controlled. I looked into other patented medicines. They contain harmful or useless substrate, and they're sold in respected shops and pharmacies.
Do you realize what you are doing? You are playing with people's health.
You are a doctor. Take a look at my product.
Що
You won't
знову
find mercury,
сталося?
radium,
Просто без
lithium, or
настрою.
any other toxic substances drowned in alcohol and sold freely by so-called health professionals. I can show you how I work. Let me help people.
Watson, what do you make of this situation?
I'm not sure. Patent medicines can be a scourge, yes, but he is not entirely wrong in practice.
Why the haunted warehouse?
Well, nobody was using it, and people are afraid of ghosts. It kept them away until today. What I do is not entirely legal, but I do help people.
Угу. Дехто рукожоп.
The patient has a high temperature and is short of breath. I can hear the patient suffers with their lungs.
The cart from warehouse 2.
Так. Що робимо? Доповідаємо поліції? Чи хай продовжує лікувати? Він може бути шарлатаном, щоб заробити грошей. Але а може бути і самоучкою. Тут спитати людей, звісно, потрібно було б, допомагають їм ліки чи ні. А от... Ну, в 19-му році, да, там ліки були з розряду ртуть та інше, кровопускання. З бідних він багато не заробить. То що, голосуємо? Відпускаємо чи заарештовуємо? Він занадто молодий, щоб бути лікарем. Привіт, Андрій, дякую за подаруночок. Вийшли так, що були слухи, що на складі номер 2, ну ось, читай на екрані, що було повідомлення про привидів на складі номер 2. І там поліція провела обшук. Ну, спочилий власник складу займався створенням театрального реквізиту. Ми прийшли туди, побачили, що вони там у гробі перевозили ці медикаменти, ящики. І там ж робили ці ліки, які зараз у цьому візочку. Ось ці ліки вони робили. У Лондоні 19 сторіччя вони і так вмирали. Ти хочеш... Ну ти ж сам сказав, що там лінійний сюжет у ТВД. Навіщо проходити? Нічого не зміниться. Ті, хто повинні померти, помруть. У доках
Patient has a high
були...
temperature. If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need
У
some
доках були лише повідомлення про зниклих осіб. Я не знаю, може вони вмирали і він позбавлявся трупів. У них немає грошей на звичайні навіть. Добре, відпустимо. А у них нема грошей на інші ліки. То може вони і ліки, якщо це правда. Я б хотів побалакати з тими. З людьми, котрі. Користуються його послугами.
Could you help me?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Одержимість. Ну добре, дамо
I
йому.
help up to 50 people here every day. It is working.
Ну добре, відпустимо його.
Almost all men die from their remedies rather than their diseases. I want to change that.
Так, добре. Ну, я зрозумів, ти з тих людей, хто перепроходить. Мені більше подобається експериментувати. Так, поїхали шукати необхідні нам склади.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Склади у нас тут. Всі. The Walking Dead передивитися. В мене є там час, через котрий я можу перепройти. Так, невідмічений. Той з привидами. Цей замкнений. Дванадцятий з хрестом. Подивимося. Угу, середня. І першу припідняти. А, все, зрозумів. Як працює. Так, ще другий підняти. Фанат своєї справи.
Really, Holmes, this ought to be beneath you.
As my brother would say, it is for the greater good. Good quality, but torn in many spots. Mold. That's why you don't leave sailcloth lying out.
Сімейна? Не пройшло повідомлення. Ще хтось з родичів перепроходить.
The layers of rust will prevent any movement. This crank saw some use. This crank saw some use. There are a couple of marks on this end. The scratches are fresh, left by something metallic.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
It's stuck. No one's used it in a very long time. It's stuck. No one's used it in a very long time. Fit for a crank.
Кривошип.
Well oiled and well maintained.
Це працююче. Підемо візьмемо ту ручку. Якщо встигну, то піду, да.
A hidden passage. Just as I expected.
Півгодинки в це. Побігаю. Ну там я все
Wait
зробив.
here, Watson, and keep an eye on the doors. I'll scout the premises.
Will do. Be careful down there.
Wait. What's happening?
Галюциногени. О, пішов хорор.
is this place? Where am I?
Зараз ще ктулху запхнуть у Шерлока Холмса.
Strangely cold. Something is missing. This cannot have been under the port of London all along. Is it an illusion? Only way forward is the abyss. Phew, I didn't die. It is icy cold and pulsating. My heart, be calm.
К'ярнак Кадішту?
Now I am somewhere else. How? It's harder to breathe here. What is that? It's like it stares right through me.
Добре. А якщо так? Ні, не варіант. Тобто туди стрибати, да?
It's like it stares right through me. Oh no! Unspeakably revolting.
мене виплюнули. Такий ктулху. Нічого нема цікавого.
Head is already spinning. When will this end?
Там є символи.
There are two recesses.
Угу. Ну, пішли у ту дверцю. О, цю мову я вже розумію. Вунглуї Мунглунафх. Здравствуй, Ктулху.
The stench. A strange stone. It almost feels alive.
Vtagen nach Essen.
One down, one to go.
Так, слідів нема.
On my head. What just happened?
Так, не та дверцята. добре, підемо. Let's save it. О, сліди. Бугнак фак екє.
Oh, that is truly revolting. Frozen and pulsing almost like it has a heart. Did I get out? John?
What is it, Holmes?
Watson?
Holmes, where are you? Holmes? Holmes? Are you all right?
Fine. Watson, I'm fine, thank you for asking.
Fine? By Jove, you should have heard the way you called out my name.
It was just a game of shadows.
Храм Ктулху.
I'm glad.
Шерлок
This
Холмс
gives me the chills.
познайомився
Dealing with.
з Лавкрафтом.
Something that's finally interesting.
Коли в тебе борода встигла вирости?
Someone used mud to draw a cross in a rectangle. Why? Fine rope work, cut by a finer blade. These clothes were crudely cut off someone. An American, judging by the style.
Хтось бився головою.
Did you hear that, Watson?
I hear you.
Kianak, Flegethor, Lebumna, Siaha, Inguft. Finglui, Maglanafa, Cthulhu, Rilia, Waganagal, Fatagan.
What on earth?
How is that possible?
Old blood stains. I've never seen a pattern like this before. Someone got their hands dirty painting this with blood. An American passport. Amos Colby. At least 24 pendants, all identical and made of tin. This box contained a narcotic substance, much like the one in Kimihir's brazier. Black Edelweiss Institute, established 17-something. It seems made for simple experiments. I wager they could not afford a better set.
Прокол на пальці.
Cyanosis of the lips, marks on the neck. This man was strangled. His abdomen is severely bloated.
Привітики. Вадим. Як життя?
What on earth? It looks like the scribbling of madmen.
I hope we are close to finding our answers. This place is
Potent.
unsettling.
This sensor has more narcotic residues. Oh, potent. This sensor has more narcotic residues.
Когось.
Deep scratches left in a frenzy. The strength it would take to carry this crate, let alone break it. strength it would take to carry this crate, let alone break it. A small bloodstain, but not serious. Miserable food, mass-produced. Miserable food, mass-produced. Dumpra, a staple of lecturemen's attire in Nepal. These clothes are missing buttons. They were forcefully removed. Gathered from dozens of people, at the very least. Many people were brought to this place. Their abductors stripped off their clothes and discarded them in a pile. The prisoners were kept in a soporific trance by the use of narcotics. A few tried to resist, but alas, in vain. After a few days, everyone was stuffed in a crate and sent elsewhere. Only one captive was left behind. He was strangled to death on this altar.
What the hell is happening, Holmes?
Calm yourself.
Cannot be.
What is it? Oh my God. Please tell me we found all we needed to, Holmes.
I think we found a bit more than that.
Yet we have no clue as to where those people have been taken.
And that's where you're wrong, Watson. We have more than enough. I just need to connect the dots. How about you pack your suitcase in the meantime, my dear fellow? Just in case.
It's hard to know how much to pack. I might bring a spare notebook just in case.
Before I leave, I should know where I'm going.
Американець. А. Ні. Гайгакс.
Dr. Watson, how does a trip to Switzerland sound to you?
It sounds unexpected. What makes you think we should head there?
It's all about the box with narcotics and Mr. Colby's clue, the cross inside a rectangle. Put two and two together, add a dash of research, and what do you get? The Black Edelweiss Institute in Interlaken, Switzerland. If we hurry, we can still catch tonight's train. As grateful as I have been for your company, Dr. Watson, I'm afraid you shall have to investigate Edelweiss alone.
Hello? Mr. Holmes, I fear you overestimate my abilities.
Nonsense. You are a military man, a bastion of British courage.
I'm no such thing.
Так,
As a
новий
doctor, I
Шерлок.
avoided most combat, save for one dreadful day. My troop was ambushed in a village with innocents caught in the crossfire. Too many to help.
Man with the rosary. He was one of them?
A translator, yes. We were trapped. 6 soldiers and myself. I thought it was the end.
Так,
But
Стоїть.
Lieutenant Paget refused to go
варто,
quietly.
варто.
The men prepared for a final stand. I rose to follow, but Paget shook his head. He told me to run, that I had other men to save. They charged, and I fled through the rear. So you see, Mr. Holmes, I am a coward.
The logic seems inescapable.
Yes.
You, a surgeon by trade, would have been perfectly useless in that conflict.
What? No.
And how many men have you helped since? Ailments eased, troubles tended?
No more than a handful. Truth be told, I have become somewhat of a recluse.
How many people could you help with 30 years ahead of you? Dozens? Hundreds? Paget was correct. You can cease your self-recrimination.
Holmes, I don't know what to say.
I would start with, I am Dr. John Watson, may I look around? The Edelweiss staff will doubtless be eager to show off their facility to a fellow physician. I have already taken the liberty of sending a letter on your behalf to request a visit.
And what of you?
I shall be pursuing other avenues. Should you see anything troublesome or improper, simply notify the local authorities. Otherwise, try a little analysis yourself. You know my methods. Apply them.
Salutations, madam. I am Dr. John Watson. I was wondering if you've got word of my visit.
Yeah, Dr. Watson. We received your letter on the matter. Would it be to see Professor Gygax?
Хочу чи не хочу. Добре,
At their
поспілкуюсь.
earliest convenience, yes. I shall try not to take up too much of their valuable time.
Wait here, bitte. Mr. and Mrs. Bronson, your girl has made remarkable progress. See? Take a look for yourself.
My apologies for keeping you waiting, Dr. Watson. Surely you understand how medical work can make one lose track of time.
Do not be sorry, Professor. I too know the importance of closely attending to patients.
The work hardly stops here, yet the satisfaction of perfecting the mind compels us to persevere.
I take it you welcome many a soul into your establishment?
Admissions, yes. Visitors, though? I am curious as to what brought you to the Schwarzes Edelweiss.
Word of mouth. An article I read back in London spoke highly of your institution. But rather than taking its word for it, I thought I would see things for myself.
My asylum's reputation precedes it, then.
Everyone, your attention, please. Guten day. Yes, hi. Hello. The name's Amos Colby, Northwood Detective Agency, Boston. I got questions that need answers. Who's in charge here?
What seems to be the matter, Dr. Watson? You can tell me.
By Jove, it cannot be him.
Так.
Right. Yes. I was surprised because that man is a celebrity. Yes, that's it. Very famous, Mr. Colby. I couldn't believe my eyes.
No. In my line of work, it can't
Interesting.
wait. The longer it takes
If
me
you
to get
wish
to
to
the truth,
recuperate,
the
Dr.
more
Watson,
lives
you
are
may
placed
avail
in
yourself
harm's
of the
way.
guest room.
But I have so much more to discuss.
Nurse, if you'd be so kind as to escort Dr. Watson to the guest room. Herr Colby, from Northwood Agency? How unexpected. I am Professor Gygax. I would be happy to answer your questions in the examination room.
Look, Professor, unless you got any clues as to the whereabouts of...
There is no need to be alarmed. No one gets neglected in my care.
Ото втрапили ми в халепу.
Now, let's not resort to brute force.
Do not worry, Herr Colby. My methods are rather more delicate. Search him thoroughly. Then take him to the holding chamber. I need to decide precisely what to do with our guest.
Тепер ми граємо за Колбі. Які комфортні палати в них.
The unmistakable scent of alcoholism. Did you walk through their doors as I did, or did they collect you off the streets?
Так, один останній. 1, 2, 3, 1. Три, 2, 1. Так, ще по одному.
truncheon, not the typical tool for a nurse. Any chemist would envy the quality of this equipment. The final product, ready to cure madness, or to push one deeper into its grasp. Raw materials used to formulate medicine. With this equipment, they can create any type of medication. Very sturdy. I might borrow it. It sounds sinister, even for a place like this. I wonder if there are more frogs in the pond.
Нервовий зрив.
What was that? Is someone there? I'm sure I heard something.
You there! I command you to free me at once.
I'm not sure that's a great idea at the moment.
How dare you deny me? I must have my revenge against the lickspittles upstairs.
Fortunately for you, I'm here to stop the very same people.
You are?
Indeed. But first, I must discover all I can about this institution. Tell me, have you witnessed the arrival of any foreign patients?
Tell me? The gall, the impertinence to bark such orders.
Please, we don't have time for this.
Do you know with whom you speak? I am the great Napoleon.
Huh. Napoleon Bonaparte?
The one and only. Emperor of the French, first consul of the Republic, leader of La Grande Armée. Once I am free and have exacted my revenge against the guards who ridicule me, I shall rest happy in the arms of my beloved Josephine.
Right. Well, I will leave you to your scheming, Emperor.
My heart is pierced by Cupid. I disdain all glittering gold. There is nothing can console me but my jolly sailor bold.
truncheon, not the typical tool for a nurse.
Не так багато в них працівників.
This sedative worked faster than I expected. Perhaps I ought to train myself, build up a tolerance. I'd rather not sit in this chair ever again.
I command you to let me out! My comrades in Paris shall hear about this!
О! Знайомі малюночки. Тож вона грає за команду Ктулху. Нічого нема. Все, я зрозумів. Тож ми і є. Холмс перевдягнувся. Довго до мене доходило. Синій. Потрібно шукати ще одну синю підказочку.
Who's there? Show yourself. Hey, what are you doing?
Зрозуміло. Подивимося, що ще я пропустив на другому поверху.
I'd rather not sit in this chair ever again. I'd rather not sit in this chair ever again. I'd rather not sit in this chair ever again. There's the guest room. I wonder if Watson was able to speak to Gygax. Locked. I suppose the reception will be guarded anyway.
Привітки. Шерлок Холмс новий.
The unmistakable scent of alcoholism. Did you walk through their doors as I did, or did they collect a truncheon? Not the typical tool for a nurse.
Так, де і що ми ще можемо зробити?
Don't you look down on me. Open the door. They haven't yet made a bullet that can hit me.
Так, там навіть передмова була. Ага. Ось що ми пропустили. Так, 4, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2, 3, 1.
A certificate of appreciation from the municipal councillor to Professor Becker for contributions to the development of medicine in Interlaken. A simple toolbox, yet capable of repairing anything. I can make out the names listed here. This photo was damaged, seemingly by oil. Cooking grease. Is this the kitchen dumbwaiter? Looks like it's still operational. John Sallow, the Tulpa phenomenon. I'm somewhat of an expert already. R.G. Hill, Dr. Connolly. It appears that all the psychiatric classics were banished here.
Тож Бекера позбавилися.
Tubes of varying diameters. Interesting. R.G. Hill, Dr. Connolly, John Sallow, the tulpa phenomenon. I'm somewhat of an expert already.
Так, добре, нам вже вистачає. Шприц, заспокійлива. Будемо стріляти. А, не тут. Вон ті трубки.
This should suffice.
Що, знову він тебе кидав? Куди не треба? Відпочивай, друже.
Manufactured and packaged here.
Ну, то просто такий хілер попався. А так він норм хілить, здається. З тим деревом.
This is the same narcotic substance that we found in London.
Так. Що я хотів? Я хотів ще тут подивитися. Діє видло.
This should be enough to avoid unwanted attention, at least from a distance.
from your skull with my fingernails!
Miss,
I'll gouge your eyes out and cut off your hands, just like you did to Heidi.
I am quite certain you would, but I'm afraid you have me mistaken for someone else. So, I take it your name is Gerda? Who is Heidi?
You talk strange. You're going to Hell's Door, aren't ya? To where those other funny talkers finally shut up?
Hell's Door? To what do you refer?
Only Heidi had answers. Go away, pig!
I
said go, or you will spend your last moments on Earth screaming. This door won't stop me. They took you away, and I'll never forgive them.
Ну, заборонено, так заборонено. Правильно.
Fabric burnt in the furnace. A jalabia, a traditional garment from northern Africa. So you're Heidi. I didn't realize I was on haunted doll watch. Good lord, how unsettling. The damage seems intentional.
I will make them pay for what they did to Heidi.
I believe I have found your friend.
Heidi! Oh, poor girl. What did they do to you? Shh. It's all right now. Everything will be all right.
Please, Gerda, now I have found Heidi, I need some help from you in return.
Shh, Heidi. We should thank the man, don't you think?
How did you end up in Block B?
The nurses say I'm prone to violent outbursts, but they're wrong. I just do what Heidi tells me.
Have you ever met Professor Becker?
I remember him. He was in charge here before that witch Gygax. But I haven't heard his voice for a long time. Too bad. He was nice.
Tell me all you know about those funny-talking people.
We'd hear their screams. The guards would take them down the corridor behind you and they'd disappear. And the screams would stop.
Professor Gygax seems to rule this facility with an iron fist. Do you know anything about her?
She's sick. She did nasty things to us. Separated me and Heidi just for fun. Before she got here, this place was all right.
I shall leave you two to get reacquainted.
Тут цеглина і впала. А ось і цеглина.
The murderer used his left hand to kill Hannah with a brick.
А, в ізоляторі я був. І там якраз була подушка. Так, цеглина її проламила. Ось. В ізоляторі.
Petter gouged at the wall, fighting for his life. Odds are he left scars on the killer too.
Так, є. Блок Б. Це блок А. А блок Б в нас там. Красунчик який. Допоміг називається. Кому? Це інше питання. Цікаво. Ні, сюди я не пройду. І сюди не пройду. Ага.
The killer swapped Timothy's pills for cyanide. The faint almond scent is unmistakable.
Ага. І ванна у пральній.
The killer was strong enough and the bathtub deep enough to drown poor Lucy.
Так, третя, перша, п'ята, четверта. Лишилася ще друга.
The garments of several dozen people at least.
Грузинська. Маорі. Кагімія.
So this is how they kept the prisoners docile and harmless. An Orthodox reliquary commonly found in Eastern Europe, now in a cell halfway up the Alps. This stretcher was disinfected frequently. These are the same crates we found in London. I should take a closer look. I doubt that one could survive such a journey with this little water. Dirt and sweat. They were locked in here for days, judging by the smell. This is the same design as the one from London. The kidnappers even provided airflow. How generous. This trip was prolonged and perilous. A bottle this sturdy doesn't break by accident. Substantial blood loss. One poor soul found another way out. The stamp on this crate confirms it came from America. That's quite a distance to travel. The stamp on this crate confirms it came from America. That's quite a distance to travel.
О, жабка. Оглядова. Шукаємо оглядову. Так, не тут. Тека, оглядова там. Ага.
The killer was limping, but Abigail couldn't escape. Well, it's clear that it was a multiple murderer. I'll send the profile to the police after we finish here.
Я отримав стильний костюм. Так. тій зоні. Ну що?
The doors can be opened for deliveries.
Угу. Ага.
Carriages were backed through these doors, and they began to unload their cargo in secret. Next, the crates were opened, freeing their passengers. Not everyone survived the journey. The dirty, exhausted, and dehydrated prisoners were then herded into cells. But all the cells are now empty, and I have not located a morgue. Time to find Hell's Door.
I was so scared I'd lost you, Heidi.
Scratches. Something has been moved through here. This seems to be a locking mechanism. The whole thing must be a door.
Наколядував, да. Ага, потрібно поспілкуватися. Так, Герда, давай, підказуй.
I will make them pay for what they did to Heidi.
I found Hell's Door, the one that made the foreigners silent, remember? How do I open it? Gerda, please. I cannot get inside. You have to tell me how to open it.
How can you speak to me like nothing's wrong? Can't you hear Heidi crying? Look at her! Look! She's suffering. I can't even hear my thoughts over her screams. Poor Heidi. We will fix you. I promise. We will fix you.
Leave it with me, Gerda.
Так, цвяхи та інше можна знайти на складі. Нитка. Можливо, на пральні. І гудзики можна знайти на пральні. Ти тільки побачила? Студія розробник українська, так сказати. Не те. З поверненням, Атанася.
Will this help fix your friend?
Give it to me.
How is she feeling?
Everything will be all right, Heidi. Everything.
Які
Gerda,
волоси.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes, I...
Shut your dirty little mouth, Gerda. You've said enough already. She won't speak no more. Now it's only Heidi. You helped me, and I didn't cut out your eyes. So we're even. Now go!
Heidi, there are things I need some clarity on.
Ask if you dare, but if I get bored, there will be consequences. You bore us. Look, Gerda, the man is insane. The professor will treat him like she treated us.
Heidi,
Ask if...
I found Hell's Door, but it's locked. Is there a way to get in?
Hell's Door? Never heard of it.
That's not true. You, Gerda, told me that Hell's Door makes people silent forever.
And you believe that snotty little girl? I'll personally ensure that she never dares to speak again! Your teeth will make a fine necklace. Look, Gerda,
Heidi,
Ask...
Hide.
Ask.
I've...
Hell's.
That's...
And you. Your teeth will.
Hide.
Ask.
Ёшкин матрёшки.
I've...
Help.
That...
And you. Your teeth will.
Hide.
Ask. You.
Heidi.
Так, не Гейзі, розслідування.
You're so. Ask.
I've...
Hell's.
That...
And.
Так.
Professor Gygax hurt you repeatedly, scarred your body and mind. You are not protecting Hell's Door. You are simply afraid of the consequences were I to enter.
I could tap your teeth out with a hammer until you choked on the blood in bits.
You could. But then you would live the rest of your life in fear of Professor Gygax. I can make that feeling go away.
How?
I can stop her. But the key, Heidi, the key to Hell's Door is critical to stopping Professor Gygax. And I think you know where it is.
Tell him!
But you said
And now I say tell him!
the professor. She has a special key. Keeps it close and only brings it down when you people go through. Behind those closed doors, those people start to sing. Oh, they sing in so much pain.
Gygax. Of course. Thank you, Gerda. Heidi. I must leave.
Leave? You joke. Nobody leaves the Edelweiss. Now you will be with us forever!
А, не побачив з самого верху. Добре, пішли поговоримо з Мауріціо. Мауріціо. Які штуки? Ось ці. Це якби докази поєднуємо докупи і робимо висновки.
Darn. No way I can get past him without being noticed. Locked. I suppose the reception will be guarded anyway.
Так. Ідеї. Які в нас ідеї? Ага. Це ось це. Є таке. Так. 4, 2, 3, 1. Чотири, 2, 3, 1. І 3, 2, 2, 1. Ще по одному.
At last, you came to your senses.
My humble apologies, Emperor.
Spare me your groveling, Englishman.
Of course, you are right as ever, for you see, time is of the essence. The royalists have risen again, and your darling Josephine needs you. Paris needs you.
Mon amour.
But the guards upstairs in reception stand in your way.
Ha! They will pose no problem for the likes of me. Merci, Englishman. When I return to Les Tuileries, I shall make you a general.
Oh, you are too kind, Emperor. Now go. Your freedom awaits.
I am coming, Josephine. Josephine, me voilà. Catch him!
Watson, over here.
Holmes? What are you doing here, and where did you get that outfit?
It is unimportant. I require your assistance.
What is happening, Holmes? I need an explanation.
It's quite simple. I created a distraction so that I could tell you something important, and in turn, I need you to acquire something important for me.
How can you call any of this charade simple?
Watson, we can discuss this later. Time is of the utmost importance. The kidnapped people may still be here. This is what I know so far.
What? You really found all this on your own?
Focus, Watson. I need you to find a key. It will be most unique. All the details are in my notes. Logic dictates that Gygax will keep it near her. Once acquired, you must get it to me. Perhaps the kitchen dumbwaiter could be of use.
Holmes, I can't do this. I'm no spy.
Yes, you can, Watson. You are unfailingly dependable.
Dr. Watson, visitors are not permitted back here.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Kuntz. After the war, my nerves, I fled all that commotion.
It
Привет,
is nothing.
Электро.
A patient
Як
attempted
життя?
to escape. He will not get far. Now, if you would like to follow me.
Blood in the water. Someone must have washed their hands here recently. What have we got ourselves into, Holmes? Did a child make these? Perhaps I should take this. For all I hope it won't be needed. The only reason to hang something this harrowing here would
39.
be to
Де
create
ти?
another patient.
Вже віруси схопила. Одужуй.
Ah, Dr. Watson. Just the man I wanted to see.
Professor, I'm surprised you're not trying to catch that escapee.
Please, my time is far too valuable. I hope Nurse Kuntz has been taking good care of you.
He has certainly kept me out of trouble.
Professor, it is time for your appointment with your next patient, Mr. Wolf.
Herr Wolf can wait until tomorrow. I wish to speak with Dr. Watson.
As you wish.
You still see patients yourself,
Вдома
even as the
схопила.
director of this entire
Хтось
facility.
приніс.
Only the important ones. And yet I rarely get to pick the brain of a man like yourself. I think it is time we got to know each other, no?
I'm afraid there's not much to know. I'm just an average chap living a rather prosaic life these days.
Dr. Watson, those of us who pursue knowledge are anything but average. Now, who are you?
I'm a physician in search of a stimulating career. I have patients, yes, but admittedly, I'm more interested in the cutting edge of medical research. So when I read about the Black Edelweiss and your work on the healing of minds, I simply had to learn more.
I suppose my Edelweiss was always destined to attract other curious minds. But before we continue, I want you to understand one thing. A broken mind can never be truly healed.
Ah, I see. So, what exactly do you do here?
It is simple. If you cannot fix a person's nature, you must force them to forget it.
Surely there are other methods of treatment.
How naive. You remind me of a man I once knew, Professor Becker. But we do not speak of him anymore.
A colleague?
The former director here. One day he realized that Edelweiss had outgrown him and had to leave. Do you grow weary of me already, Doctor?
How rude of me. I was absorbing your wise words, Professor, and must have got distracted.
Was my conversation boring you?
No, not at all. I merely...
No, I understand full well. You're not seeking conversation.
What do you mean?
It is obvious. Your mind craves truth, but not in this form. You must witness a practical demonstration if you are to learn.
I'm certainly intrigued. Would that be possible?
Of course. I propose a journey between the jury of the human brain. You will not leave without being truly.
Мені вже не подобається ця фраза.
Kunz, take Dr. Watson back to the courtyard. Then tell the nurses to prepare the operation room and the girl with the doll.
Yes, Professor.
Our preparations will take a little time. I will come for you soon, Doctor.
Конс.
I hope everything is to your liking, Dr. Watson.
Did you hear that a patient escaped? All the guards rushed off to find him.
Looks dusty but functional.
Oh, we never use that. I think he connects somewhere downstairs. I suppose it will be one less ungrateful mouth to feed if he dies out there.
Яка добра жіночка.
Struggling to remember something. It's something familiar. If only I could place it. I must think.
This area is off limits. A patient has escaped.
I don't want to guard block B tonight.
I want them to fly!
Give it to me. No, I don't want to. Why not?
Did you see my son? He's such a sweet boy.
A visitor? No, you shouldn't have come here.
I hear them scratching. Don't you hear it?
Miss?
Too bad my parents had to leave so soon. I haven't seen them for months.
Все ще Шерлок
When
Холмс.
people shout, all I want to do is find a dark corner and hide. I can't bear it. Professor Gygax says I can return home as soon as I'm better.
DBD? Та тут таке цікаве. Хочеться пройти. Тут Ктулху.
I hope you're finding your room comfortable, Dr. Watson.
A commemorative photo album. Been a while since I've been in one of these. The photograph seems recent. Good lord, that's a lot of records.
зробили лоботомію, що в нього тепер пам'ять працює лише на декілька хвилин. От то життя. Так, це моя кімната.
We rarely have visitors here.
Радий за вас. Кухня. Ні. 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 Угу. Стара світлина. Ще треба пошукати.
You are Mr. Wolf, am I right?
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
My name is Dr. John Watson. I wanted to talk with you, if you didn't mind.
Ah, doctor. I don't suppose you could help. I seem to have forgotten where I am.
We're in the Black Edelweiss, Mr. Wolf. It's an asylum in Switzerland, and you are one of its most important patients.
But why am I here?
That's what I was about to ask you.
I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember anything.
It's all right, you don't need to push. Try to relax. Let the thoughts come and go. Now, what comes to mind? Mr. Wolf?
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
We just went over this.
I'm sorry, but I don't think we've met.
We were just discussing this facility, the Black Edelweiss Asylum, and why you are here.
That name does sound familiar.
Holmes, the things I do for you.
Excuse me, who are you? And who's this Holmes fellow?
I am Dr. Watson, and Holmes is, well, you could call him my imaginary friend. That's just a little joke, don't mind me.
But why am I here, Doctor? Am I sick?
I'm sure I can take a look. Dear Lord, what did Gygax do to you?
Excuse me? Who are you?
Oh, never mind.
Так. О. О, ти диви. Таку лоботомію зробили. Як позбавитися конкурента називається.
Hello again. You won't remember me, but we've met before. I am Dr. John Watson, and you are Professor Becker. You were the previous director of this facility, the Black Edelweiss.
Professor, really? Actually, that name does sound familiar. Wait. Let me write it down. I try to recall memories through writing, but they always feel just out of reach.
As a matter of fact, I have more for you to jot down.
Oh, yes. Yes, please, anything.
Professor Gygax did this to you. She made you forget everything, even who you are. But we will play a trick on her. We will write a letter so that she learns her lesson. Put down what I dictate. Dear Professor Gygax, your vile work has ruined countless lives through needless suffering. Your methods serve nothing but to show your own sick emotional state. You will be brought to justice, and the world will know your cruelty. And by the time you make it to my cell, the police will already know the truth of how you came to be director of this asylum. Signed, Professor Becker.
There. It's done. Now, hold on a minute. Who are you?
My name is John Watson. I'm a doctor from London, a veteran of Afghanistan, and I wish to be a writer, though deep down I fear I lack the talent. And presently I'm risking my life to help my brilliant detective flatmate in the pursuit of a cult of kidnappers, even as I fear it may destroy him. I'm tired and hungry, and I have not had a good bath in weeks, and yet despite it all, I feel alive. Any more questions?
Good heavens, sir. You're as mad as they come.
One of the patients asked me to deliver this note. It's for Professor Gygax.
Thank you, Doctor. Leave it with me.
Unbelievable. Kunz, with me.
Close, but I don't think this is the key. This is too small to be what Holmes asked for.
Ні, навряд чи, Вік. Сьогодні навряд чи буде DBD. Я ще недовго буду сидіти. Стримати.
An Edelweiss relief about 2 inches in diameter. This must be what Holmes was after.
Це вже ми подивилися. Пон, лютий пон. Пата-пата-пата-пон.
Nothing special about this.
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
Don't try to fool me, Becca. I saw your letter written by your own hand.
That name does sound familiar. Is it mine, you say?
Nice try. What else did you recall? Silence won't help you. Fine. I'm not taking any chances. How about I cut open your brain again? Third time's a charm. Yeah?
Третя лоботомія. Бідний Беккер. Яку послугу ми йому зробили?
Tooth of an adult male, likely lost in a beating. Only a couple of days old. The inside of the cuff is worn. It's been used often.
Які методи навчання?
A wax cylinder. There is something recorded on it. The writing is mostly gone. Phonetic symbols, perhaps.
Так, грамофона тут нема, а циліндр є. З собою таскають той циліндр. Так, тут ми подивилися вже. Ліфт.
Looks as if it's been recently used.
Ringlui Maglana Parkatulu, Rillier Wagnana Galpatagan. Ringlui Maglana Parkatulu, Rillier Wagana Galpatagan. Ringlui Maglana Parkatulu, Rillier Waglana Galpatagan. Ringlui Maglana Parkatulu, Rillier Wagana Galpatagan.
A very professional brain dissection. A very professional brain dissection.
Жах.
Dynamo machine. Provides electrical stimulation for the person in the chair. Full grain leather straps. Impossible to escape.
Та-йой.
A very professional brain dissection.
Так, туди я поки що не хочу. Мені ще тут подивитися треба. колодязь. Тут ці. Тут кімната навчання. Йдемо до колодязя спочатку.
Oh, the smell.
Judging by the remnants of blood and flesh, these instruments were used for dismemberment. Dear God, is that body parts? Utterly inhuman.
Ага, ліфт десь на горі. Добре, йдемо вниз. Ой.
Get out of my head!
Your mind fisted, devoid of soul. Find reverence for the one that trembled.
Lord!
Left your surrender your soul and become a servant of madness.
Please! No more! Stop it! Watson! John! Somebody!
Wretched mortal, do not fear what is to come. Let him rupture our world anew. Awaken! And let the
World behold! The light of the abyss is the light from the abyss. Get out of my head! Hydraulic elevator? How ingenious. Watson? Holmes?
What are you still doing here?
Still? I was trying to find more information. Did you think I was just going to sit in my room twiddling my thumbs?
I only asked you to find the key. I had everything else under control.
Says the man who looks like he saw a ghost.
I'm fine, Watson.
You're hardly fine. You reek of congealed blood and chemicals. What did you see down there?
Never mind me. Where's Gygax?
I'm afraid she's over there. I found her like that when I entered, on my word.
What? She was our biggest lead.
Yet another wrinkle in our investigation. What do we do now, Holmes?
Hush. Let me think. Heidi, how did it end up here?
Герда вбила.
The patients here wear the same robes. No traces of blood on her clothes. Must have got on her white overcoat. The pencil is buried deep all the way to the brain. Instant death.
We'd better inform the local police about this.
You're right, Watson. But first, we need to determine where our case goes next.
I had nothing to do with this, Holmes, I swear it.
Та я вірю, вірю. Так, тан-тан-тан. Ні. Ні, ні. Ні.
We've got what we needed, Watson. This conspiracy reaches further than we thought. I don't suppose you've ever been to New Orleans?
You are joking.
I seldom do. Let's go. There's no time to waste. There's nothing in this world that cannot be explained with logic and reason. Nothing in this world.
Holmes?
Hmm?
You seem troubled.
I'm not troubled, Watson. I am preoccupied.
That place was awful. Inhumane. It would be natural to experience some feelings of shock or fear.
Men reduced to gibbering imbeciles, numb beyond recognition, powerless to help themselves. When a doctor does go wrong, they are the first of criminals. They have the nerve and they have the knowledge.
That woman did not deserve the title. Such casual cruelty for such selfish aims.
I knew another man like that once. He treated my mother, perhaps even killed her, depending on who you ask.
My sincere condolences.
In the end, she was just a shadow of herself. The outline of the person I recognized, but lacking all else. She was pushed until she cracked. Should you see me cracking, John, I must ask you to intervene.
Nothing compels us to pursue this matter further, Sherlock. We can return to London, report what we have discovered. Let more capable hands take over.
Alas, there are no such hands. Were we to abandon our quest now, I fear no other would succeed in our stead.
We know nothing of what awaits. What dangers lurk in the darkness?
Nonsense. We draw nearer to New Orleans with every passing minute, and thus closer to the answers we seek. Those answers, for all their perversity and improbability, will, nevertheless, be the work of men. And that is a work I have studied well.
So be it.
I know you to be a diligent author, but if I may make one request. Kindly omit my mother and her suffering from your tale.
Of course.
Thank you, John.
Так що це насправді? Наркотики чи магія?
Ah, Holmes. After our trip to nippy Switzerland, I can certainly use some of this New World heat.
Do not get carried away, Watson. What we could certainly use are answers to my questions.
I know, but you look exhausted. Why didn't we find the hotel first?
We shall rest when our investigation is over, and not a moment sooner. I shall ask you to handle our bags while I search for the bank.
As you wish. Oi! Stop it, you! Our luggage! Good Lord, what have you done? That's my stuff.
I'm sorry, mister. It was an accident. It's fine, it's fine. I'll just put everything back. Where are the socks? These, Handcuffs. Are they yours? Oh, this never happens to me, sir. Honest, ask anyone.
Yeah.
May I ask you something?
Oh, I know this. Yeah, let me help you.
May I ask for your assistance?
What makes you think I can be of any help?
Америка. Police department.
Mr. Frank Barnaby, right? Auction's about to start.
In the flesh. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Well, hold up. Written invitation first.
Can I present another piece of identification?
Nope. That's why we sent the invitation.
Holmes, over here. Any luck?
None. They're holding an auction, invitation only. The good news is, I know who might have one. We need to find Mr. Barnaby.
Who?
Frank Barnaby, most likely a local.
And you think Mr. Barnaby will be happy to share his invitation?
Let us first find him, then we can see if he is the generous type. May I ask for your assistance?
Of course. Stop me when you've heard enough.
How marvelous, Holmes. A city within a city.
Indeed. Those lanterns are delightful. It is as though we have been transported to the Orient itself.
Casino. Типичний америкас. Ось воно.
Locked. No one's here. Rather unassuming for a jewelry store.
Damn. He at it again. Barnaby still owes you. If he can't pay in greenbacks, he'll pay in blood.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I'm bone tired, but yeah, I'll help you.
Вітя. Креольський квартал. Коли не знаєш китайської мови,
This
так воно і
place.
звучить.
There's a Spartan charm, does it not?
It does. My soul will always yearn for London's gloom, but it reminds me of Cordona in a nice way. Barnaby, unconscious but with his eyes open. Look, Watson, the two of you are just alike.
Oh, great. So I look like a haggard alcoholic.
Eureka!
What have you got?
An idea. First, we'll need Mr. Barnaby's clothes.
Holmes.
Watson, time is of the essence. You will go to the bank, not as yourself, but as Frank Barnaby.
Holmes, we look nothing alike.
The hat and coat will do the heavy lifting. Just stay cool, play the part, and no one will notice the difference. Trust me.
Holmes, must we really indulge in this farce?
It worked in Switzerland, didn't it?
Sure, if you redefine the word worked.
Where's my cash, Frank? In the bartender's tip jar?
You look great, Watson. The guard has myopia, you'll walk right through.
Where's the money, Barnaby?
I'll wait here so as not to arouse suspicion.
Mr. Barnaby.
Right you are. Shop owner.
Right. Your invitation, sir?
Here you go.
You okay, sir? Seem to have the jumps.
I'm in a rush.
Come on in.
Heavens, I never seen gems so big.
I simply must have them.
They're so black, it's like they absorb light. Rather hypnotic. Can I ask you a question?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry, I'm just dealing with another client's request. Please wait a moment.
Do you know anything about this?
I'm so sorry. I can't be of help.
Excuse me, just one question.
It isn't possible for me to help you. I'm sorry.
This might be useful. I'll make a note.
Сомер.
Morning, sir, and welcome to the E.W. Gray Banking House. The auction will begin shortly. Name's Zoe Clemens, and I'd be delighted to help you.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Clemens. I am Frank Barnaby. I do have some questions, if you don't mind. Forgive my curiosity, but who was the previous owner?
Sir, I ain't at liberty to disclose them details.
These gems are rather curious. What can you tell me about them?
These rare beauties are black opals, all the way from Coober Pedy, South Australia. When they catch the light, the dark stone becomes a brilliant rainbow. It's something special.
It doesn't say where these stones came from. No provenance, no previous owner. I'm starting to suspect they were illegally procured.
What? We would never. I can assure you these gems were bought from one of New Orleans' most upstanding citizens, a philanthropist no less. If you would like to know more, I could get my manager.
You old dog, Barnaby. Didn't think you'd sober up for the auction. An hour ago, you were 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, you know, I hold my liquor better than most. And the auction was an important business opportunity.
An important business opportunity. Ha! What have you done with the real Barnaby?
Well, maybe I'm drunker than I thought, mister.
Mister? What's wrong, Frank? You're looking pale. Don't you recognize your old pal, Grub?
Of course I know you, Sheriff.
Good. Now, while I have you, there's the matter of your outstanding fines. I've been more than reasonable, but I'm afraid the bills come due.
Fines? Right, I'm afraid I don't have anything on me.
That's funny. Ain't you at the auction? I weren't born yesterday, Frank. Now, assault, battery, disorderly conduct, that's serious stuff. You got off easy, but if you don't pay up, things get a whole lot worse.
Look, Sheriff, I'm not actually...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Think careful now, 'cause Frank Barnaby only owes us cash. But fraud, impersonation, that's weasel behavior. And you know what we do to weasels round these parts. Feed 'em to the gators. So, Frank, what's it gonna be?
Here's all I have.
Mighty fine of you. The people of this parish deserve peace. They don't take kindly to visitors. Don't miss that boat tomorrow morning, Doctor.
Парам-пам-пам. Він знає, хто ми.
May I ask you something?
I'm so sorry. I can't be of help.
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of that.
Can I ask you a question?
You better ask someone else about that.
I told you, Holmes. I told you it was a bad plan. Now we're penniless and wanted criminals.
Hysteria gets us nowhere, Watson. Tell me what happened.
The sheriff saw right through me. He knew who I was from the start. Extorted me for every coin I had.
Bah, all that matters is what you learned about the gems.
I shan't discuss it while still wearing that blighter's clothes. I'm going back to the boat to get changed.
Не той квартал.
Oh, bollocks, now our clothes are in the bloomin' water.
It was like the luggage had legs of its own. Oh, Mr. Pratchett will have my head.
I ain't sure what you did to the sheriff, but it must have been something real hairy to have him chuck your luggage off the pier.
With respect, miss, have we met before?
If you were the real Frank Barnaby, yeah, we would have. But where are my manners? I'm Lucy. And you are?
John, I didn't mean to be rude. I've just had a difficult day, miss.
Well, it's barely noon. And you've already made an enemy in Sheriff Grubb. The man starves his gators just in case someone crosses him. John who?
Watson.
Well, Johnny, if you plan on sticking around, you better change that suit, or Frank's reputation will catch up with you. And then you'll be a John Doe.
Alas, I think one of those gators is currently devouring my spare clothes.
You've got yourself in a fine pickle. All right, come on board the Nymph of Louisiana, and I'll sort you something to wear.
The nymph? Is that what it sounds like? Why are you helping me?
Well, let's just say you ain't the only one who's had run-ins with the sheriff. Way I see it, this city deserves better. Now quit your stalling and head on over to the Nymph. I'll be in room 6.
This Mr. Barnaby is proving rather useful. Perhaps you're not so different after all.
One more word, Holmes, and I'll hand you over to the sheriff.
Sorry, was that John talking or Frank?
Oh, go annoy someone else while I visit the nymph.
Always a pleasure to see you regular, Mr. Barnaby. Welcome home.
Well, look at you. All dressed up with nowhere to go.
I can't thank you enough. As I was saying, our journey has hardly gone to plan. We seem no closer to finding our missing people than when we left.
Well, if there were anything to know, Champagne'll know it. She's across everything in New Orleans. Look for her in the fisherman's village behind the Creole Quarter.
Thank you again, Lucy. I shall make my way there now.
Good luck, Johnny. Keep out of trouble.
Oh, forgive me, Watson. The difference is plain as day. What a remarkable transformation from Barnaby.
If we're critiquing wardrobes, Holmes, maybe you can explain why you used to roll just one sleeve up. Did you get bored halfway through?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. Gonna die.
Are you all right, sir?
It'll come again. I will die.
What happened?
The lower of death came to me last night. I know it will come again.
Let's start from the beginning. My name is Sherlock Holmes. Could you describe last night's events for me?
I'm Cole Seabrook. It was Maman Brigitte. She came to me in the shape of a giant black rooster. Before that, some hit the wall outside. Then she came in. She took my will and she led me to the water.
Perhaps you were dreaming?
I wish I was. The Great Gator was there. It called me and I couldn't resist, but then the spell broke and I managed to crawl ashore.
Interesting.
I know how it sounds to an outsider, but it was the lower of death and it ain't finished with me.
You mentioned a lower. What is that exactly?
You outsiders only know one God. But there are many and we call them lowers. And Maman Brigitte is one of them. She's the lower of death and life. She heals the righteous and punishes the guilty.
Did you feel anything apart from fear last night?
Yeah. The signs of Maman's presence, no doubt about it. Everything became blurry and my mouth was dry and the light became very bright.
That is something. Supper leftovers. It's not a simple tea. A herbal concoction, rather.
Black tea seems not to be very popular here.
Some chewing tobacco leaves. Judging by the facial features, Cole and one of his relatives. With William in Shreveport, 1879. It smells sweet. This one is almost odorless. Interesting. I will take it just in case.
I would love to learn more about these.
Cold ground herbs here.
The properties of some herbs are truly amazing, Holmes.
And some are extremely dangerous. Are you a good fisherman, Cole?
I wouldn't say so, sir. Sir?
I must ask you, did you have a drink last night?
No, sir, I didn't take a sip. It all happened before I went to bed, and I only drink to fall asleep. That's just how it is lately.
Oh, alligator.
The damage is recent. We have a feathered friend in the case. The poor bird crashed against Cole's house. too many imprints here. It's hard to say where he did or didn't go. More boot prints here. We have a feathered friend in the case.
Sir?
Your boat is wrecked. What happened?
Well, I stumbled over a cypress root.
You'd need some force to cause that damage.
Yeah. And to be really down on your luck.
He dropped a cup here. There are too many imprints here. It's hard to say where he did or didn't go.
Oh, no two ways about it. I'm cursed, sir.
He dropped a cup here. Are you able to help me?
Don't be angry with me, sir, but I don't know.
At least the weather is on our side.
A feather. Not black, however.
Did you really expect to find the feather of rock here?
всякі травки. Шикарні. Так, обичайте двері. Комп віджали? Буває. Так.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Так, налякала курка. Що тут не так? Добре, мабуть, на цьому закінчимо. Потім розберуся. Бажаю вам гарного вечора. Дякую за перегляд. До нових зустрічей.